Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 102 of Frost and Fire. Last episode was a very productive one. We managed to stockpile thousands of steel. We made a whole bunch of corsets, 15 to be exact, and traded for antigrain warheads. And we are preparing for the reactor raids, but that means that Raptor has to finish up researching Starship Reactor before we can turn it on and suffer the onslaught, as I would like to call it. We still do have some unwilling defenders here, but they're far too few in number to truly keep me protected. They would probably delay a large Reaper raid, but not actually destroy anything at this point. We are setting up a new mining zone up here, where we can deep drill steel, because this steel deep drill area is just about tapped. And yeah, that's the long and short of it. Storbeck is putting on a bit of a concert. He has some social skill. Hopefully it goes well. I'm not going to hold my breath. The kill box is just about ready to go. Other benefits that I could add is a few more trickle feeding traps here. Wouldn't be terrible. Just to slow down enemies even more coming in, giving me additional time to set up. One of the things you could do is you can actually just build a whole lot of these, and it would really slow the progress of normal attacking enemies. Of course, if they're sappers or soon in 1.3 breachers, that's not going to work that well. So we have a large quest for steel. A little reminder, we also have other metals available to us. So up here is plasteel if we need more. We're down to 650. And then we do have a node of uranium. So we can always get uranium from here. I have about 1,000 uranium stockpiled. A part of me almost feels like I should just put these here as uranium slug turrets to really pummel the big guys coming in. But I think the amount of uranium that we have stockpiled will probably be good. So I'm not going to do that. All right, concert. Not everyone wants to listen to you for the entire day. Wrap this up. At least there'll be a little bit of a mood benefit. As you can see, Raptor already is getting a little bit happier. Listen to piano. And it is concluded. So +7 for most. The beautiful thing about a attended concert is generally, well, it can't really backfire like a throne speech can, so. But speaking of backfiring, let's just do it. All right, schedule. Everybody to the throne room. Your entire day is now going to be taken up, almost as a joke, by the royals who will demand your time. And again, his social kicks up to 15. Does that every time he gives a speech. This puts the chance of success pretty high, like 85%. And it's inspirational. Oh, fantastic. And then everyone falls asleep on the ground because they were zone restricted. All right, a mix of inspirational speech and attended concert should be pretty good. +8, +7. So an extra little 15 mood boost. I mean, that is roughly the equivalent of me hitting a pulsar. You know, one of these soothe pulsars. So, I don't know. In a way, it's like getting a soothe pulsar for free. No complaints from me. Leth is trying to mine up the remaining steel in that node. Our smelter should be flicked on to process that. life is good. I say confidently, well realizing that it could end at any moment. Looks to me like a door going north from there would be good as well. So frightening building should wrap up, 3 days. This isn't a lot of steel. I don't really care. I just don't want to be penalized with a mood penalty. And then we have piles of insect corpses to deal with. And Gabe with an inspired surgery and his medicine skill of 3. Yeah, I don't think... Something tells me I won't be taking advantage of your inspiration there. Oh, this was supposed to be like a door. It's my bad. There we go. Because there's, I don't necessarily want to cut access off to this area. Not that I think I'm going to need to access it anytime soon, but if we need to. Yeah, something big happening. Emperor Tengu, High Stellarch of the United Cities, sent us a message. Apparently, skeletons based in a nearby camp raiding their caravans. The camp is controlled by Reapers. There's 15 Reapers, and they're offering enough honor to kick Storbeck up into Praetor range. So that might be worth it. The only caveat would be that Raptor recently used up his transport shuttle. He is Count 11, so being a Count 11 means that he has the ability to call on a transport shuttle for free. But I think more than likely... Oh, he is far skip. Yeah, I can always far skip home. I thought he had far skip. Wait. No, is it Hippie that has far skip? Yeah, Hippie has far skip. So Hippie can always far skip us home if one person stays home. So yeah, that's a probable. Definitely mark me down as a probable. Now, given the ambient temperatures, I think I'm going to try to wait a few days before accepting that quest. It is pretty cold out, and I still don't want to fight in the cold. I don't want to have a prolonged fight where I could freeze to death. But it's good that it was offered. One of the benefits of going sooner than later is that we have all the Ferberus Mechanites in our blood, making us move and shoot better. The problem, of course, is that we're in pain. So being in pain means that if we did take damage, we would be more likely to faint or go unconscious due to the pain. So I don't know. It's a risk. It's always a risk. A game of calculated risks. So the trickle feeder trap now has its stone barricades. For some reason or other, there's a veg zone. Oh, I see. There, that's a bit better. All right, up to 11,000 steel and climbing. Very, very soon, this zone will be out. Also, I'm sure as you can see, my backup stockpile now has 4,000 steel. So we might want to move even more steel for reloading. One of the things I could do is a reload zone here. Let's do 17 across. And this is going to have to serve both the top and bottom. Actually, I'll just do reload steel like here. So let's copy that. Copy and copy. And I think this will be steel rearm 7. Okay. honestly a ridiculous amount of steel, but that's just goes to show how much I think that they're going to attack me. Very, 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 very much so. All right. So that node is just about tapped. Now we are heading into spring, which means there's an opportunity for some trading. Probably the last of the land-based caravan trades, because I hope that I'll be kicking off the reactor soon. Oh man, Randy wants me to have beer. Indeed. Well, the problem, Mr. Randy, is I don't really have a lot of space. So, yeah, I don't have space for extra. So I was trying to hold off making additional fermenting barrels, but clearly Randy is like, nope, get them beer. So I will do just that. Definitely listening to the Randy here. So Mr. Bash, go haul the wort. And I'll probably have him caravan it, just so that I only make one trip. Oh, wow. This is... yeah, wort is heavy, apparently. Never mind, not going to caravan too much of it, because we're already overweight. And then Storeback is loading up the new barrels. And I'll try to haul the rest home. Perfect. Oh, come on. No, wait. 23. Haul 25. There we go. And we have an exotic goods trader flying overhead. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I feel like Randy's been a little bit too nice, and it does concern me. Because from experience, when he's nice, it's really just him preparing to be very evil. That is most certainly my experience with him, so I'm a little concerned. All right, let's take a look. Exotic goods trader, another soother. That might be very, very helpful when we're moving into the reactor raids and there's really no time for people to recover their mood. They're selling a thrumbohorn. Odd. So they have 2 lances. Definitely interested. Sell my jade. And Words of Serenity, Blinding Pulse. These, not all that necessary, especially knowing what we're going to be facing. Reapers are not affected by that stuff. And none of the other exotic goods really call to me. The skill trainer is... it doesn't really matter. So there we go. That's our trade. Whole bunch of artifacts. And let's build up the roof. Now, another thing I did do is to get a whole lot of chem fuel. So I had mentioned previously that I wanted to get a whole pile of exploding traps ready to go. So I am going to do just that. With all the chem fuel that we made out of the fowl meat, I am going to be replacing the shells. So let's get the machining bench on. Now it looks also that we have flak vests to make as well. All right, deep drill resources exhausted. So let's move that over. Put one here. One there. And then the heaters, although it's springtime, we're not going to need the heaters for very long. And the light. And then I'm going to clean the area a little bit, or at least add it to, to be cleaned. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do it, but we'll try. All right, now JD should, let's go ahead and haul the chem fuel so you can make shells a little faster. So he's replacing the shells that we used. And of course, this is definitely going to dip into our steel reserves, but for a good reason. You know, having a bunch of IEDs is definitely going to be helpful when heading into the reactor raids, so we can blow enemies up. All right, and Leth is already deep drilling. Before you start deep drilling, there's no way to ever make this area look nice. Well, actually, I take that back. I could install a jade sculpture for you, and that would make it look nice. All right, Clips is over. Our batteries did suffer a little bit as a result. All right, so we just need light and a sculpture. Here comes the sculpture. And Maverick is pregnant. And Bash is grabbing the light. That also means that this area here that I had annexed now can be broken down. Hippie, because of high mood, has a shoot frenzy. But we are not pushing the Starship reactor research as far as I would like it to be. It's going a little bit more slowly. So let's take a look. Somewhat impressive. Nice. So their moods here for beauty are low, but not zero. And as soon as it is warmer than -40, I'm going to try to call in some caravans. Also keeping in mind that there's the robber lair to address as well. Whoa, what was... Okay, we have a mech hive. Dropping, oh boy, right into my monument. This probably calls for... I'm just going to assume that it's going to call for sniper rifles. I think that's a pretty safe assumption, given that historically there is a lot of centipedes that come messing with me. It could be 100% Scyther, though. That also would be tradition. And let's pop out this way. Oh my lord. Okay, Randy. You know, so let me take a minute and remind you all that I said that I thought Randy was going to be mean. Oh, God. All right. So, Raptor, I'm sorry to do this, but you also need to wake up. So this is 23 centipedes. 100% of them are centipedes. What I'm going to be relying upon is Raptor to do a lot of berserk pulsing. So, in fact, Raptor, where are you? You grab the LTEC staff and the LTEC skull cap so that you can do more berserk pulses. Because there's no way I want my defenses to accommodate these mechanoids. It's too many mechanoids. It's too many, way too many. So we are good. The ambient temperature is just a little lower than Raptor's comfortable range. Is there a Masterwork parka? No, I don't think so. Nope. But Bash has one. I'm gonna grab Bash's Masterwork parka just to make sure that I don't get cold. and then send him out to go fight. So they're going to come down. They're basically going to follow this foul meat, beak thing blood path. And we will try our best. All right, so he is now comfortable to -144 due to the switch of that parka, which is pretty significant benefit. And the hope here is to berserk as many as I can. There is the possibility of using the Royal Aid too. I have trooper squads and aerodrone strikes, but I don't want to waste them before firing up the reactor. So I'm going to try not to do that if I can. But boy, is that a quite a nasty raid. All right, so one of the true benefits of the Berserk Pulses that I just dropped there is that I no longer have to kite, because all the mechanoids are fighting one another. And another thing is I want to do is I want to overlap the Berserks, so at no point is there no targets, no valid targets for the centipedes to attack. Ooh, getting very close to being burned there. Whoa, 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 that's not what I meant to do. Raptor, I want you to put the fire out. Actually, don't even put the fire out. Phoenix? Or Bash? Probably Bash, she's already coming up here. So Bash, you put the fire out. I did just hear one of the mechs just died. And this is ever getting spicy. If this mech dies, I need to berserk another one. Bash, hurry up. What I really need is that doorway not to be on fire. All right, so let's go with another one. And the true beauty of the LTEX skull cap and the staff is that my psi focus, my total psi focus is decaying, no doubt. But the heat that I have, the heat pool that I have, allows me to continue for a long, long time. One of the things I could do is I could have Mr. Phoenix here load up some Go Juice into a transport pod to transport pod Go Juice for Raptor so that Raptor can keep psi casting. To keep the party going. Because eventually his psi focus will decrease enough. The minimum amount of psi focus cost for Berserk will not be met at some point. But these mechanoids are obviously completely rampaging one another, which is pretty much what we want. Well, we just snipe from the background, trying to be ignored. Seems like they're out of targets. Yeah, that one's healthy. And now we have fires to put out. All right, Mr. Phoenix is not going to beat the fires out. I'm going to say stay fortified to keep him closer to home. Oh, the mechanoid that was being targeted just went down. All right, there's a perfectly healthy one. Now, another thing I have to consider is at some point there's only going to be incendiary mechs left, so I should start targeting them for berserks, because the incendiary mechs can't actually hurt other mechanoids, so I should single them out for destruction earlier on. So I'm going to start doing that now. Now, I don't have the Psy Heat for berserking right now, so I'm going to send Hippie over to stop sniping and start Psy casting instead. Oh. Got caught by double... Uh-oh. Even more. Back, 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 back. There we go. Yo, Raptor. Hippie's trying to save you. There we go. Alright, Raptor, go to that door. And drop another berserk on incendiaries, and then heal yourself. Self-tend. Those are some pretty nasty burns, unfortunately. Storeback, I think, just got winged, yeah. Almost no damage there. Alright, so now my goal is to take out all the incendiaries, because they can't... Wow, that one's already dead. They can't be targeted like normal. And try not to take, you know, collateral damage or anything like that. Let's move to the door. Oh, this is so many mechs. Thank God for Psycasts. Alright, currently, no one could berserk. Raptor here is under the 50% threshold, so he is going to go home and drink some go juice, maybe. I like how I have fire alerts. Yep, I know, there's fire. Alright, let's keep kiting. And Hippie. Gets a quick shot out. Alright, there is 4 incendiary, or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infernos left. Alright, Raptor, drink beer, and then, please don't get addicted, but I am going to have you go for go juice. There's also the possibility of using my Insanity Lances, but I really don't want to use them up. Do I not have go juice? Oh, no, I do. I have 32 go juice. Where is it? I'm totally blanking. But let me keep watching my snipers here, because I think that's more important. Where'd I put the goat juice? I'm having... well, you know what I could do? Here. I don't need to know where the goat juice is. I'll just force them to put it here. Go juice. Not even spelled correctly. Manufactured drugs. So if you're ever wondering where something is, you can always just force a high priority stockpile and, you know, people will move it. All right, at this point, we no longer have the psi focus to... oh, it's right. It's... Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, inject go juice. And forget that. I left it in the throne room because it's sort of a royal drug to use. Alright, Hippie here does not have the cooldown for Berserk. And Raptor is back up a little higher so he could do some more side casting. So let me get him into a position where he'll be able to. We're about to be within fire range. Back up. All right, Hippie. So this is going to split the group, where the slow-moving mechs are going to attack the one I just tagged. And then Raptor's going to come up here and try to hit these heavy blasters. Hippie probably can fall back into the sniper group now. Oh, wow, Raptor got there quick. They're getting so wrecked. How many have died already? 11, 12, 13. So more than half. Nice, 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 nice. All right, at this point, it would serve me well to focus fire on the healthier, or berserk the healthier centipedes, because they are going to be able to be aggressive longer, because hitting the really, really damaged ones, they are just going to obviously die before the berserk wears off. And I'm starting to cycle my shooters out. Leth here doesn't have enough left in her to continue fighting. All right, Hippie rejoined the group. Oh, come on now. And there's an infestation. Like a actual infestation over here, which is fine. It's like too cold for them. So Bash, get down here and destroy that wall. And unfortunately, I'm almost certainly going to lose my everything in there. I don't see a way where it survives. Ah! Little risky, but worth. All right, Mr. Bash, don't go through this door anymore. And the avoid zone is now going to include everything in this cave. Now, the thing with all these bugs is they will, because of the ambient temperature, I honestly don't even know how it was valid for an infestation. I'm going to be completely honest. I think that is game breaking. Because if you take a look, it is way too cold in here. Oh, but you know what? It was warm enough in this room. That's what triggered it. Never mind, I take everything I just said back. I made it warm enough where the deep drills are that it could trigger an infestation to the whole area. And what I'm hoping that they do is that they break this wall here, so that the bugs in here that are nice and warm can get cold quickly. All right, Bash, get in position. And let's look for healthier centipedes to single out for berserks. Because I'm about to be in range. Raptor's about to get shot at by, like, everything. Nice. Alright, Bash. Oh! So the other issue is they triggered my IEDs. So instead, I may try to just repair and keep them in here, because it's going to get hot. Well, it's actually going to be cold. So you know what? I don't know what to do. There's too much happening right now. There's too much chaos. All right, Raptor's the target. Let's get him out of there. He's on go juice, so he's really, really fast. Phoenix. Let's try to keep these walls intact. How many bugs are there? 44. So this isn't a massive infestation, but it's not great. Actually, instead of repairing down here, Bash, just get rid of it. Have them freeze, and then run. Run up here. Oh god, we left steel in the door. All right, so run here. Back to the other fight, which I neglected. Oh god. Understandably. All right, Raptor, your psi focus is too low. Just get back to home. Now the choke point here is working quite well. There's not enough insects to harm the door. Bash, haul the steel, and this door should close behind me. Good. And then come over here and we're good. So Phoenix, you're gonna stick around with Bash to repair this stuff. And now that bug can't catch me from behind. Okay, Leth, you are not drafted anymore. Keep falling back, keep falling back. And we still have some centipedes to deal with, but only 5, I think, out of 23. So some of these bugs are getting outside, which is totally fine because the ambient temperature is honestly just ridiculously cold, and they aren't going to be able to do much about that. You know, bugs don't know how to warm an area up, so they're gonna freeze to death and die, which is why I broke that wall intentionally to get them all hypothermic and collapse. All right, checking on my snipers again. We're almost in range. Let's keep falling back. And eventually I'm going to run out of room because there's pikemen down here, so I am between mechs and more mechs, which is a good time. And this is pretty much what I think the reactor raid's going to look like. So these bugs here are marching towards my base, and one of the things I could do here is to give the bugs a valid path to get in that is not the kill box. So what that would do for me is it would cause them, because they're going to get to this point rather quickly, so I want to give them a longer path, a longer valid path, so that they can't get to me very easily. Unfortunately, Leth, I need you to keep fighting, so take some drugs and come join me. Mr. Bash, do not travel through that door. Now, what's interesting is this. Okay, so they're starting to break this wall. I gotta keep an eye on that, because I don't want that wall necessarily broken. But here's the march of bugs coming to my kill box, so I will also soon have bugs on my tail. All right, Leth, I told you to take some drugs. Okay, I don't have time for you to do that. Close this door. So, you know what? If I'm fixing... All right, Leth, you can actually do what you want. What I'm going to do is, now that Raptor has opened up this door, there is a valid path for the bugs to get into my base this way, where they path all the way around, and then come inside. And that has them walking basically straight into the mega spiders. So my snipers are going to retire. one of them, Gabe, I think is going to be the first one, is going to close that door. And then I think we're good. I just have to make sure that Bash and Phoenix keep these structures built and repaired. So the hypothermia that we have accumulated, already minor. Okay, good. These bugs aren't going to be much of a problem. In fact, let's close this door and not that one. I don't even think... So some of the bugs are actually fighting the defoliator group. Uh-oh. Why does Bash have a flea? He moved somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Let me update the Stay Fortified Zone. Yeah, the Stay Fortified Zone is none of this now. This is all fallen to enemy control. Between Bash and Phoenix... Yeah, Phoenix, you're dismissed. Mash will keep this protected. And now the insects are aggroing on the mechanoids. Why? Randy, oh my god, Randy, why? 3 major raids? I don't... Oh my lord. Alright, so... They're pod dropping on my base. Like, directly where I live. Bash, keep that repaired. Phoenix, come on back. You aren't going to be doing what you were doing. So, a considerable amount of these mechanoids that are pod dropping are landing well within my base here. As you can see, there are... Let's analyze quickly. There's 2 in the back here. There's... Oh, this is already damaged. Darn. There's 1, 2, 3 here. 4, actually. There's 1 in my kill box, which should be relatively easy to destroy. Unless it's... Oh, there's 2 in the kill box. I take that back. Storeback. Hippie. JD, everyone's gonna get ready for this fight. Gabe and Leth. What's unfortunate is there wasn't... Alright, there are a few mechs where the insects can mess with them, which is good. All right, Phoenix, maybe stick around back here. I don't know what kind of mechs are popping out of these pods, but we might want the added help. Raptor, get moving. All right, so we're getting better guns. And we'll get people in position to shoot these 4 up here, because that's kind of a lot to be behind our walls. Oh, my lord. Centipede. Whole bunch of centipedes. So we have 2 centipedes, 2 lancers. We have got... Yeah, these guys haven't popped out yet. Uh-oh. Centipede back here. And probably with my luck... No, a lancer. Okay, that's a little bit better. Bash, go kill the lancer. Phoenix, go juke the centipede. And then my shooters are going to work on this group here. But they will need a... Oh, man. You know, Raptor actually doesn't have enough psi focus to do psi casting, so I'm gonna have him tend to his wounds and get ready, I guess. I'm not even sure. Scheduling. There's too much happening. Zoom all the way out. Okay, my shooters are getting ready to shoot. So that Lancer is gone. So both of the ones in my kill box are centipedes. That's nice. Thank you, Randy. My my backfield here is gonna get attacked by that centipede, and then I have to figure out how I'm going to deal with this mess here. And there goes another turret. So these two turrets here, I'm actually going to replace with plasteel ones. I think it's quite likely that during the reactor raids, I do get attacked by, you know, mechs that come asymmetrically like this. Come into my kill box and mess things up. Oh, okay, no, Bash is okay. He just got slammed by the Lancer. Okay, so the Lancer's dead. This centipede is annoying because I don't really have the means to kill it very easily. I want to move. So Hippie, can you move this guy so it doesn't shoot me? There we go. He was attacking the mini turrets anyway. All right, so now I have my shooters coming in to help Phoenix deal with these mechs up here. This one, I honestly don't even know what I'm doing about yet. Oh, but yeah, I should definitely close that door ASAP. Yoink. And that turret is gone too. All right, so this one is also going to be replaced with plasteel. Major break. Can't afford. Oh, back up, back up, back up. Ow. If I can get close enough, I can berserk them, and that might be better than trying to tank it. Stop shooting at me. There we go. So now he's berserked. Just dump damage. Even turning on the remaining mini turrets. So the one, oh, you destroyed that. Let's turn this off and turn this off. And then Bash, you're gonna offer yourself up as a target. Phoenix, get back to this. Okay, all the bugs are now unconscious, or the smaller ones are unconscious. Okay, good. It's a bit of a saving grace. Okay, they're not paying attention to me anymore. And Hippie, go I don't know if Berserk's going to be helpful. Back up. You're being targeted. That's gonna hurt. You still staring at me. Okay, there we go. You switch targets. All right, there's still the case of this mech that I just haven't dealt with yet. I think Phoenix and Bash are going to deal with that one. With the rest of the shooters. But you know what? I hate to do this to you all, but I am well over my time. Oh, Lord. So, this episode very clearly some insight into what the reactor raids are going to feel like. I have no idea why Randy decided to go crank it up to like 11. But I absolutely called it. He was way too generous, sent me traders and, you know, and then boom. Guess what? Triple raid. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you sympathize with the amount of beating that I just had to deal with, even though my reactor isn't on, well, yeah, thank you. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.